Although many people don't think possums are the smartest creatures, there are several areas of intelligence in which they excel. First, they have a remarkable ability to find food and remember where it is. When tested, possums outperformed rats, rabbits, cats, and dogs, but not humans. They can also navigate a maze more efficiently than rats and cats. Just like humans and other primates, possums have the equivalent of opposable thumbs. Each of the opossum's thumbs on its hind legs, called the thumb of the foot, are opposable. They are separate from the other toes of the paws, very similar to the human palm and thumb. The thumb allows the opossum to grip and climb better than most other mammals. Unlike the other toes of the opossum, the thumb of the foot is the only one that does not have a claw. Possums have clingy tails, which they use as a hand or fifth appendage. Their long, hairless tails reach almost as long as the possum's body. Their tails allow them to grab and wrap around things like tree branches. The tail also helps them keep their balance. Possums can dangle on their tails, but only for a short time. The opossum's normal diet consists of scavengers, rodents, snakes, insects, snails, slugs, birds, eggs, frogs, plants, fruit, and grains. If given the opportunity, possums will also eat human food, pet food, and garbage. They can adjust their diet depending on the season and location. Possums are natural sanitarians and have an unusually high need for calcium, which prompts them to eat the skeletons of rodents and road-killed animals. When threatened, possums run, growl, belch, urinate, and defecate. And when all of these ways fail, they pretend to be dead. It's an involuntary reaction, like fainting, not a conscious act. They roll over, become rigid, close their eyes, or look with open eyes, and expose their 50 little teeth. Saliva forms around the possum's mouth, and a foul-smelling fluid is secreted from its anal glands. The catatonic state is more common in young possums, and can last up to 6 hours. Adult animals are more likely to confront enemies or flee at about 6.5 kilometers per hour. Like other marsupials, female possums care for their young in their pouches. At birth, young possums are tiny, about the size of a bee, blind, deaf, and hairless. After a short gestation period, less than 2 weeks, the baby possums crawl into their mother's pouch, where they remain for a couple of months. After the cubs leave the pouch, they remain close to their mother, often riding on her back for several more months until they are fully independent. Male possums are not involved in caring for the young. Although possums may seem ungroomed, they are actually very meticulous about grooming. When possums aren't looking for food or sleeping, they are grooming themselves. Like cats, possums follow the same pattern, licking their paws and wiping their face. They clean their entire body from head to tail, combing their fur with their claws and removing insects to chew on. Female possums are especially demanding about keeping their pouch clean, especially when caring for their cubs. There is a common misconception, due in part to appearance, that possums are harbingers of disease. But in the case of rabies, possums are rarely carriers of the deadly virus because of their naturally low body temperature. Compared to other wild animals, possums are much less likely to transmit rabies compared to bats, raccoons, and skunks. However, possums can transmit diseases such as leptospirosis or salmonellosis to humans through their feces. And they often carry fleas, which can be transmitted to pets. Although possums are often stung by bees and scorpions, they have an impressive ability to carry these poisons. And they don't often contract Lyme disease, although they are often bitten by ticks. In fact, they usually eat the ticks before they have a chance to infect them. Possums are also resistant to snake venom. They are partially or fully immune to the venom of rattlesnakes, pit vipers, and other venomous snakes. To develop a cheap rattlesnake antidote, scientists are recreating a peptide found in possums. Because possums' diets allow them to feast on snails, slugs, and bugs, they could be a welcome addition to the garden. They also help clean up pest sources by eating rotting fruits and vegetables. Possums also deter rats and cockroaches by competing with them for food. In fact, possums often kill cockroaches and rats if they find them in their territory. Possums tend to live in areas with reliable access to water, and they are actually quite skilled swimmers. Although these animals spend most of their time on land or in trees, they sometimes head for the water to escape predators. Possums can swim both underwater and on the surface, using their limbs and tail to move around.